It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Hey.
Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're up dead early on another marvelous Monday, and it's even a more marvelous Monday because we're in the post-Father's Day glow. My name is Mark Daniels.
And I'm Gabrielle Gardner, and a happy Monday to you.
Yes.
Speaking of Father's Day, how was your Father's Day?
Hey, all is well in the world now. Everybody's fridge is full of leftovers. The crab population of the Bahamas has been depleted by at least half, and all the fathers should be smiling and feeling appreciated this morning. I had a wonderful day yesterday with my family. So got to see my father, my father-in-law, and of course spend time with my children. I felt loved and appreciated. So thank you all for a wonderful day yesterday, and looking forward to all the Father's Day come-ins, and for you all who you know, there's the to-be fathers who you're not there yet. You're planning. Don't worry. You'll get in the hood soon enough. The
One
parenthood,
day,
right?
One day someone will cook you your own pot
Yeah.
of crab and rice. Father's Day.
Boy, I've been seeing some posts of the meals that were getting thrown down, man. I've been seeing some crab and rice. The biter can't even stay in the plate, right? How was your Father's Day weekend?
It was good. So my father was actually traveling on Sunday, so we went to dinner early. So that was great to just be able to spend some time with him. And then Sunday, they actually honored my father-in-law in
Awesome.
church, so we all
Good.
went out and had a good time.
That's
So
good. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed themselves this weekend, celebrating all the fathers out there. Just know that you have a special role in the life of your children, and you may not have a child, but you can also be a mentor to a young person out there that needs a male figure or a father figure in their life. So shout outs to all the fathers out there, and thanks to all of the mothers that help us to be fathers, right?
Dad, I don't want to say dads are the greatest because my mom might be watching, but dads are great. Dads are very special people.
Yes. And we're back from Andros. We were in Andros last week. I got to see the millions of crabs being shipped out of Andros. I was seeing players chartering planes for crab leaving Andros last week. We were there for the Andros Business Outlook. Very successful event. Thanks to all who attended and participated, to all of our speakers and our sponsors, including Bamsey, who was a wonderful host, and we got a nice little tour of the farm afterwards. See all the wonderful things.
I saw you eating your farm to mouth
Farm to mouth
watermelon.
melon, yeah, boy. Them melon, I can barely pick up them melons out there. That farm was on and popping. You got the mutton, and they're just growing and doing a lot of stuff. You got the aquaculture, the eggs is happening. Good job, Bamsey. And they had a great graduating cohort this year. I think it was the largest one so far. So Bamsey is doing great things.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm committed to supporting initiatives that help the Bahamas feed ourselves.
Yeah, and you could actually register for courses at Bamsey. You can do online courses, in-person courses. So if you got that agriculture bug, you want to do marine science, you want to do aquaculture, any number of things, go check out Bamsey, man.
Absolutely.
I say I can do one course. They got like the bird guide course and the other guiding course. They got a bone fishing course they want to get up and running. So Bamsey's where it's at.
I'm going to be like you when I grow up, just like constantly learning.
Yeah. And we got a great show for you guys today. Thanks for sticking with us. The winners in our father and child lookalike contest are here, and so this is exciting as always, so we're looking forward to that. We also have Oak Tree Medical Center here, and they're here to discuss men's health.
We're also going to talk to the owners of the BlackFood Bookstore and Culture Shop, and we're going to take another look at our segment with the Department of Labor and 242 Jobs to talk about the initiatives that they have designed to help job seekers. But first, let's check on weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by NUA, the hands-on agency.
Thank you, Davriel. Good morning, Bahamas. And your first look at weather at sunrise. Persistent troughing across the islands have created and supported showers and thunderstorms. Those showers have been heavy over the weekend, and those thunderstorms so strong and severe, and has caused some flooding in low-lying areas. Will continue today, probably through Wednesday into Thursday. Today, we're looking at variable cloudiness, still hot, humid, with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Your high temperature reaching 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Most activity happened in the northwest Bahamas, central southeast island a little bit better with partly sunny skies, still hot and humid. Tonight we're looking at partly cloudy skies, warm with a few nighttime showers and possible thunderstorms. Your low temperature going down to 76 degrees Fahrenheit. And some regional highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados 89 and 79. In Jamaica 90 and 80. In Trinidad 89 and 75. And the Turks and Caicos Islands 90 and 75. Across North America, Atlanta 81 and 65, in Boston 67.59, in Miami 91 and 80, Dallas, Texas 99 and 77, and Toronto, Canada 73 and 63. As you go through the week, that persistent troughing will continue to create showers and thunderstorms across the islands, mainly in northwest Bahamas between Grand Bahama and the Exumas, and those showers will become heavier at times, so thunderstorms strong severe at times. Temperature daytime will be around the 90-degree mark, at nighttime in the upper 70s. That brought me a first look at the weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Mark.
Thank you, Godfrey. Father's Day was yesterday, and we always take the time to honor and celebrate the great dads that are out there. And one of the ways we do that is the Father and Child Lookalike Contest. And we thank you all for participating. The entries were great. I enjoyed looking through the photos. We had many great entries. Today, we have the finalists with us. So in studio, we have Reverend Christopher Burrows and his daughter, Elecia Burrows-Outen. And we also have Vernon Pyfrom and his son, Lowell Pyfrom, or Lowell, so mommy can be happy. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you all for being here. We know it's dead early. Y'all might be accustomed to being up early. I see Lowell is up and ready. He's sharp. And Dad, you guys are looking great. So let's start out. Tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Well, I was born in Little Creek, South Andros, Bahamas.
Yeah.
But I'm the fifth son of my father. That's Alexander Burrows and Ledora Burrows. I have 6 children. Elecia is my second child. And I have 4 sons. So Indira is the oldest girl. And I'm blessed.
20 grandchildren.
Oh, wow.
Great grand.
Yeah. Oh, yes, yes.
So of all the children, you look the most like your
I
father.
think so. I get that a lot. My name is Elecia Burrows-Outen. I've been a teacher for the past 27 years. Love teaching. I'm also a minister. Love doing that as well. I'm a children person, so I love getting down with the kids and doing stuff. My father has trained me well, so being up early and working at the crack of dawn because he's from Andros, doing the little things like fishing and all those things, crabbing and stuff. I can't catch crab that good, but I could manage to catch 1 or 2. But I'm just enjoying life, and I'm a mother of 3. I have 3 girls, Elecia, Elise, who's away in Canada, and my baby Abigail. And I have a grandson. He is 3 years old. So shout out to Christopher. I know he's sleeping at this time, but he's named after my dad. And so, yes.
Sounds like a big and loving family.
Yes, sir.
And don't worry, I can't catch Krabby. The only one who's in the rice.
Yes.
I seem to be able to catch it. Vernon, so tell us a little bit about you and your family.
Well, good morning. I am a police officer. I'm a police officer, 23 years of service, and I'm close to Rev, or maybe a little over Rev. I have 8 children, 4 boys, 4 girls. Lowell is the last boy, and we love to fish together. We do almost everything together, and so he is in charge of me.
Oh yeah.
I put him in his bed. He comes back out and get me. In fact, I always tease that he kicks the door open like he's the police. And then he says, Dad, come, bed, sleep. And so we have a routine we do every night. As if I'm not work, I work at prosecution, so I'm there mostly every night with him, unless I'm on special operation. But every night we lay down. I say a prayer with him, which is the now I lay me down to sleep prayer. And then I have to tell him a story, mostly about a tiger. And then afterwards I kiss him, he kisses me, we say good night, I love you, sweet dreams, and that's our routine.
That's a wonderful routine, and those moments are so special. Those are core memories that children would have being put to bed by either of their parents, but especially their fathers. And to be shown affection by your father is rare in society, and so I appreciate you sharing that with us. Lowell, do you want to say good morning to us? You can say good morning.
Say good morning.
Nice and loud.
Shout. Please.
Yeah! He's like, no, Dad, you gotta say it. So, Vernon, tell us about the photos that were sent on the photo you sent.
The photo that was used was taken during the pandemic, and that was in 2021, just coming out of the pandemic. At that time, I was farming layer birds, chickens, and so we were out at the farm. And obviously, so I said I'm a police. So he took out one of my old hats and put on, and then he put my current hat on my head, and he leaned in, and we were laughing, and so we took the picture to send to Mom, and then that's how we used it.
That's a sweet picture. That's one of those that goes up on the wall. That's they say a picture is 1,000 words. That's 10,000 words. Yes, it's a really lovely picture. Tell us about the photo that you guys submitted.
Yes, the photo that we had submitted was for that, but every Christmas Day, there's a family reunion where I bring my kids, my grandkids, and we invite other friends to come in as well. And this particular time, we were taking a family picture with the daughters, sons, and the grandsons. They all had separate shots, and this one was taken during that same period, and that's
and it stuck from there.
yeah.
Did you find that? Do people normally say that you two look alike? Out of all of your children, grandchildren, even the great, is she the one that always gets points out as looking most like you?
All of my children look like me. I gotta get that straight now. They all look like me, but she resembles my mother a lot, and so they join us together through that.
What about for you? Do people normally say you two look alike?
Oh, most definitely, everything. Even when we smile, unfortunately, he has all of my DNA, including the teeth. So we smile, we laugh, everything is alike. In fact, we even walk alike, and so. My wife is always making the comment. She says, "Oh, this boy looks like you so much."
Many you, right?
Yes.
You mentioned some of the things you like to do together. Just tell us again how you spend time with your son.
Well, like I said, we go fishing. In fact, we were supposed to go fishing yesterday, which as far as which he wanted to do. But he's also into baseball. He swims, and he has. We watch a lot of Peppa Pig together and stuff like that, so we do. So most of my activities, if I'm home, he's with me. If I have to go to work on a weekend when I'm off, he goes with me. We ride, we play, we do everything together, like I said. So our basic activities in the house, he helps me cook. I try to do most of the cooking because I like the food to taste a certain way. And he's my assistant chef. He's everything, as well as all my boys. And so I'd like to also just comment on those. I have a son that's in FIU right now doing computer engineering. And I have my other son's also a baseball enthusiast, and he wants to go to the major leagues. And so all of them are doing good. I have a son that's a triathlete. He's in the national swimming up this way. So all of my kids are active. One is a dancer, the other is a creative designer. So we take time with each other in doing that. And yes, just like Rev, every last one looks like me.
So tell me, what is special about your dad?
What is special about him is the fact that he takes his time. He would, no matter what he's doing, arrange time to bring the family together. And that has been important from my childhood to now. We would have trips to whether McDonald's or whether to the beach. Sometimes if he didn't have the money when I was growing up, he would make slam bam. I don't know if you know about that.
Oh, yeah.
That's the sausage and the bread, the switcher, and we'd all go in the park, and sometimes he would carve the bat that we would use. He would get a piece of wood and he would shave it down and carve it, and we would have a time, spending time together with, not only with us, but also with the neighbor kids and the kids from the church and stuff like that. So he was always like a family person who would pull the family together and taught me how to fish, taught me how to fix little pipes, taught me how to put in locks. The other day we made shutters together. He taught me how to use the skill saw and all of that. And so I spent a lot of time with him. Yes.
It sounds like Lowell will say the same thing in years to come. I'm not going to put him on the spot again. Lowell, are you with us? He said, no, Daddy, I sleep, and he said I can write this letter later. Before we go into announcing the winners, just very quickly, what do you love about being a father?
Just caring, mentoring, because I have to do that. Folks in the church, wider community as well. I love being a father because I have the love for children as well.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And I make special care for them.
I can feel it. Quickly, what do you love about being a father?
I love the gift of being a father because every day is a new day for that love to share and be encompassed, and as well as is an opportunity to see the blessing that God has given us. And for me, I always make the comment that my legacy will continue. I have 4 sons that will carry on my name, so I am happy and proud of that. And they represent so much that we can't be, that they can be. And so I see hope with them every day, that they can be anything they want. And I always say, I may not have much, or I may have a lot, but the greatest thing I have is my children.
Oh, you about to make me cry this morning. Y'all bring the tissue. Y'all bring the tissue on set. But that's very beautiful, and I could definitely feel the love from you two for your children. And I pray that most fathers out there feel the same way. You two are definitely an inspiration. I'm also a father, so I'm getting all the feels. Yes. But I can't talk about me. We got to talk about y'all. So now we're going to get into the announcement of the winners. And so first, we're going to announce the runner-ups in our father and son, or our dad and child lookalike contest. So our runners-up are Vernon and Lowell. Wow. Congratulations. What do you receive? You'll get a $100 Sioux Valley gift card, a gift bag of men's skincare products, and a case of Bush Crack Beer. Lowell, you probably can touch that in the next 10, 12, 15 years.
14.
14, all right. Yeah, don't worry. We'll save it. It can last until then. So that means that Christopher Burrows and Elecia, you are the winners. Wow. Congratulations. And you will receive a 3-day, 2-night stay at Comfort Suites Paradise Island, wow. a $100 Sioux Valley gift card, and a case of Bush Crack Beer that you can enjoy yourselves or give away to somebody who might enjoy it a little bit more.
Thank you.
So congratulations again. Thank you for entering into our competition. As we leave, I just want you to say one word about being a father. One word.
Be honest and loving your family well.
Bye. Go.
Morals, respect, and give them the keys to life.
Awesome. I love that. Thank you all for being here this morning. We appreciate you. We know it's dead early. Lowell, we can bring you back on because we're going to look back at this tape and you're going to think about, oh, I should have said that thing. But don't worry, we got you. Whenever you're ready, Lowell, you can come on back. Thanks again for coming on the show, everybody. Enjoy your winnings. Enjoy Happy Father's Month. We're taking the whole month. Thanks again for joining us on Mamas at Sunrise. You're watching Mamas at Sunrise, and we'll be right back.
Hey, Mom, can you look after Kaylee?
Sorry, I'll be out for a while dealing with my home and car insurance.
What? You know there's a newer way, right?
A new way?
Where have you been? Look, go to newerinsurance.com, log in, get your quote, buy your insurance, done. You can even use it to manage a claim.
Oh? By the way, it's not newer. It's N-U-A. Where's she been?
Do it anyway with NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers.
Meet Leno, your bridge to the future. Wealth planning, investments, corporate services, trust services, pension administration, fund administration, outsourced accounting, and payroll. When you think of financial solutions, think of Leno. Local or international, company or individual, Leno can help. Our team of skilled professionals has the experience and expertise needed for you to strive. Your goals are our goals and our priority. Leno will guide you to the right financial solution with the knowledge, resources, and support you need. Give us a call at 242-396-3225 or email us at info@lenobahamas.com to get started. Visit our website, www.lenobahamas.com, for more information today. Leno, your bridge to the future.
The push-to-talk device is a beautiful device. It operates on our world-class cellular network. You can take pictures, you can take videos, you can put your persons in different groups. If they want the engineering team to have a different communication than the finance team or the security team, you can do that with the push-to-talk device. And that's not something that you can actually do with a regular communications radio device. We have several different types of devices. There's the 380, the 580 plus, and then there's the 590 plus, which is the top of the line device.
Back. June is Men's Health. Men's Health Month, a time to encourage men to take charge of their overall health by implementing healthy living decisions. Here to talk with us about this are Dr. Levard Roberts, internal medicine specialist and clinical director at Oak Tree Medical Center Health Network, as well as Dr. Derwin Johnson, family medicine specialist and clinical director of clinics at Oak Tree Medical Center Health Network. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
So how important is, focusing on our health in terms of diet, exercise, and all those things?
Well, it's very important, especially when we're focusing on men. We find ourselves that men have this thing we call the John Wayne syndrome. Where they feel as if they're untouchable. They don't ask for directions, and they don't go to doctors. All right. So health tends to lag behind for men, and we find that men tend to suffer or find out that what is going on later rather than earlier, where we have better chances for good prognosis.
Explain. Oh, sorry. You wanted to add to that?
No, I completely agree. As men, we wait until the last possible minute to get to the doctor, whether we are extreme pain or something, diet, mental health.
I can attest to that. I think between both my dad and my husband, I've seen just the general unwillingness of men or disinterest in going to the doctor, like you said, until it's too late.
Yes.
Explain what general health awareness should include for men.
So as men, I think, we got to get, in front of everything instead of waiting until the last possible minute. And prevention is key. So, that's all about, knowing what you need to do to stay healthy and keep healthy, not waiting until the illness is already there. So, you have to get your regular checkups, following up with your doctor, making sure you have the appropriate screening and appropriate check so things can be caught earlier rather than later. When it's too late, when we can reverse most of the diseases that we see today.
Yes.
What are areas of sexual health that some men need to address, and what are the treatments that are available?
Okay, definitely. One of the reasons why men do come to the doctor is when sexual health is now compromised.
This is the glaring red
yes,
flag.
That's the big red flag. They would run. They would run to the physician for that. All right. So definitely with sexual health, there's a lot of issues with erectile dysfunction. And we're seeing it more commonly now, and it's mostly due to poor diet, obesity. Persons are more sedentary, they're not as active as they used to be. And then of course we have the common things like the diabetes, the hypertension that tend to roll over into erectile dysfunction, as well as cardiovascular disease. A symptom of that can also be sexual health dysfunction. So it's very important for us as men to keep like Dr. Roberts would have said, keep ourselves on a routine schedule, seeing the physicians, ensuring that our diet and exercise routine is actually active and existent, and then we find ourselves with a better sexual health.
What we find here in the Bahamas, we do a lot of natural herbs and remedies, things that we take just to take this strong back, take this root, take this leaf, anything besides getting to the doctor to actually check to see what is going on, rather than see do we take some remedy to get going.
Do you think it's people want to say, or men in particular, are they trying to save money by not going to the doctor, or do they just not like talking about how they're feeling? What do you find is the most, common reason that men will delay coming to the doctor?
I think on top of pride, as men, we think, the ultimate man is the man with the biggest sexual libido and everything. So, they feel like they're being vulnerable by coming from one. And, they rather talk to a friend and get a suggestion where they can keep it secluded rather than coming to the doctor and putting everything in paper to a stranger.
Also, I would add to that, and full agreement with that, but also with men, a lot of men are just not insured. See health insurance as a key thing to have. And they think the cost is too astronomical to actually go and have routine checks done. Also, that with men, they find that they are seemingly invincible in their minds until they get to that point where, of course, like we mentioned, one of the red flags come up, and then there's an issue. But men in general have a fear of the whole prostate check, or these things that they hear about, the horror stories and the myths and so on that are out there about what's going to happen when they do go in to see the physician.
And hypertensive medications.
Oh, yes.
They feel like once you go on hypertensive medication, nothing's going to work in the bedroom. So they just don't want to even be diagnosed with hypertension. The doctor put me on something that could cause a new problem.
I went to a play that had the premise that there was a man who wouldn't take his medicine because he was scared that it would ruin his libido, and then he ended up paralyzed for some reason. Not that that's funny, but it was an interesting concept because you didn't realize, the kinds of things that people are believing. Yes. So on the road to prevention or preventing these things from happening, what are those checks, what are those specific routine checks that men should be doing every year, every 6 months, and so on?
So with every men and women, routine checks, you have to get your annual physical. That's including lab work, where it'll be blood and urine testing, because you're screening for early kidney, liver dysfunction, or things that can be checked early. In addition to when you're of age, whether 40 or 50, checking for your cancer screening as well, your prostate cancer, colon cancer, because as we know, cancer is actually higher in the black population, and black persons, they actually die more from cancer as well. So we want to get that early detection when we can get it easily cure rate, so starting when you are young and at age, 40 with the PSA or 45 at colon cancer, we get ahead of the game.
Yes, and also to add to that, there was some research done in the Bahamas probably more than 10 years ago now when it comes to genealogy and gene research, something called the BRCA gene, BRCA. And it's found that in our population, we actually have this BRCA gene, very common in our normal genealogy in the Bahamas. Why this is important is that this gene actually causes a more aggressive form of cancers in men and women, and also earlier onset of cancers in men and women as well. So that's why you see breast cancer. We see women as early as 18, 21 having breast cancers now. Sometimes with the men as early as 25, 35 having prostate cancer. And these are top 10 causes of death in the Bahamas. They make the top 10 list. And just to put a plug in there for men and conflict resolution. And mental health is very important as well, because our number 2 reason for death in men in the Bahamas, and this is in the international statistics up to 2019, is interpersonal violence.
Wow. So those are very important things to consider. When it comes to men and their, I guess, provider of choice, why should they choose Oak Tree?
No bias, of course, but
you can have a little bit.
But I've worked a few places, and what I appreciate about Oak Tree is that you have a one-stop shop. Okay, not only could you see a doctor for annual care, but you have basically the labs, investigation, CT, MRIs, as well as the pharmacy and treatment, urgent care facilities, and all the specialists that you would need referred in that inter-network right there. And it allows for a good commune of treatment, and you get that holistic care. That's what I appreciate about it.
Okay. And remind everyone where your offices are.
Okay, our offices are located, and I hope you have a pen and paper handy, because we have several. We have several. Like I said, it's Oak Tree Medical Center Health Network. And as Dr. Roberts would have said, we have a network of physicians, of more than 30 physicians in various specialties. And our main location, or our primary location that most persons are aware of, is our Rosetta Street location. It's on the corner of Rosetta and Hawkins Hill. We also have our Oak Tree Surgical Suites. We have 3 operating theaters and an MRI machine. That's on the top of the hill, Marquis Street, right next to Fine Dresser, opposite the Super Value Shopping Center. Thirdly, we have Oak Tree Specialty Clinic, which is on the corner of Collins Avenue and Rosetta Street, right opposite the PHA's physiotherapy, or right next to the 17 shop. And we have Oak Tree Prince Charles Medical Center, which deals with primary care as well as urgent care on a much smaller scale. And that's located on Prince Charles Drive, about 7 doors east of the Prince Charles Seabreeze intersection. And that's on the northern side of Prince Charles. And soon to come, by the end of this month, we're looking at Oak Tree Medical Center number 4 in terms of clinics at the junction of East Street and Independence Highway. So stay tuned. Oak Tree is here to stay. And the primary thing about Oak Tree is that we are caring, compassionate, and complete. It's all patient-centered. It's not just about dollars and cents. It's about making sure that the population, as well as the next generation coming up behind us, has all that they need for healthcare, mind, body, and soul.
I love it. Well, this is, men have no excuse. There's an Oak Tree Medical Center near you, wherever you are, no matter where you live. Yes. And you definitely want to take control of your health. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Thank you very much for having us.
And thank you for watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
I used to think of the bank as my personal ATM machine. If I wanted a new car, new furniture, a weekend trip to Miami, no problem, just max out the credit card or top up my loan. I was a big baller until I realized that 75% of my salary was going to pay back all those loans. Fidelity's personal financial coaching was the best solution. Fidelity gave me a plan with a debt consolidation loan that has a built-in savings that pays 5% interest. I now only have one low monthly payment plus money in my pocket. Give Fidelity Bank a call at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit any of Fidelity's locations or visit a website at fidelitygroup.com.
What do you want from a cloud solution? You want flexibility and edge? You want to modernize applications with the ability to deliver new ones with lightning speed. You want an infrastructure that's automated, secure, cost-effective, and scalable. You want to give the end user the freedom they want with the control you need. You can't get all that from just any cloud. You need something better. You need Bahamas Cloud. Contact the experts today at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
the islands of the Bahamas. Fly away.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We are here at the Mid Show on another magnificent and marvelous Monday. My name is Mark Daniels.
And I'm Davriel Gardner.
And we are still celebrating Father's Day. This is now Father's Month as we continue. So we got a whole, what's today? We got a whole other week left. So what are we doing for Father's Week? Because there's other stuff that needs to happen. So we had the day of parties and food and doing all the stuff. Now we need a day off for all the fathers in the country. So you think we can pull that off?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they just need to get permission slips from their wives.
From wives. Every father in the country, if you can prove that you not only have a child, but you take care of them, then you get a paid day off. How about that?
I like that.
I
have respect for that. I think
from the PM goes straight down, because he has children as well. You get a day off. Signed by who? Who got to sign the slip?
I said your wives, and I guess in some cases, baby mothers.
Yeah, we need the office of the spouse of the PM to sign it for
everybody.
Everybody.
I don't know, maybe we need like an impartial third party, because
Who's going to sign it? Somebody got to sign
your
the
kid. I think your kid. There you go. Your child.
The child.
Your child should sign.
If they
your
give
permission
you
slip for Father's Day off, and I support it. I think dads do a lot, and I think Father's Day does not get the kind of play that Mother's Day does. I saw a comedian. I don't know if it's true, but he said that Father's Day was rated the 20th holiday when Mother's Day was like number 4. So daddies need love and appreciation too.
We understand.
I support it.
Mummies, they got their place. We ain't trying to dethrone the mummies, but just one day I can toss that out there.
I have a theory about it. I am going to say I feel like the reason that Father's Day gets less play is that we all very much love and support our mothers, but I think there's much more of a fallout if you forget to get your mom a present versus if you forget to get your dad a present. I think Valentine's Day is Exhibit A as well. Women are more, we like to that tangible sense of appreciation. Men, they just like to feel loved all the time. So it could be how we're trained, but we'll see. I'll do some research.
# men loves gifts too, right?
Yes, men want things.
Men want things too. All right, that was a great first half of the show. I enjoyed the giveaway and the segment on men's health. Once again, us, man, them, including myself, we got to take care of ourselves, get your annual checkups. Don't be scared of all the poking and prodding. It's going to make sure that you live a long and healthy life with your children. So, I think I'm going to go have a checkup this week, just because it's Men's Health Month.
Yeah, and I promise, there's an Oak Tree Medical Center near you.
That's ready for us. We got a lot coming up in our second half of the show. We're going to be talking to the BlackFood shop. They're here to talk about what they got going on in that wonderful store. If you've never been there, you need to go.
And we're going to take another look at our segment with the Department of Labor and 242 Jobs, talking about initiatives designed to help job seekers. But before all that, we'll have our second look at weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by NUA, the hands-on agency.
Thank you, Davriel, and good morning, Bahamas. In your second look at weather, sunrise, the tropics, and we do have a broad area of low pressure located 700 miles west-southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands. The system becoming better organized. The tropical depression or tropical storm could form tonight or tomorrow as it moves towards the west at about 15-25 miles per hour. This system has a 90% chance of development over the next 48 hours. And then we have a second system, a tropical wave, that's 700 miles south of the Cabo Verde Islands, and that has a 30% chance of tropical cyclone formation over the next 7 days. On the local scene, troughing continues to create showers and thunderstorms across the island. Some of those showers will become heavier times, those thunderstorms strong severe times. In your marine forecast today, those winds southeast to south at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet. Over the northwest Bahamas, those winds falling light and variable at times, east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet. Or the central and southeastern islands, but be advised to small craft operators for gusty winds and higher seas, locally in those heavier showers and thunderstorms. On Tuesday, those winds southerly at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet northwest Bahamas, continuing east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet, or the central and southeastern islands. Then on Wednesday, we have a caution posted on northwest Bahamas. Those winds southerly at 15 to 20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet on northwest Bahamas, east to southeast at 15 knots, sea 3 to 5 feet, or the central and southeastern islands. Your tides. You can expect a high tide at 9:21 this morning. Your next low tide will be at 3:20 this afternoon. High gain tonight at 9:46. Sunset 8 p.m. this evening. Rises more at 6:20. UV index 9. Your water temperature 81 degrees Fahrenheit. And your moon phase, new moon. Your extended look. Trough will continue to support showers and thunderstorms over the islands through Wednesday with some cloudy skies, hot but humid, with those showers and thunderstorms becoming heavier times, thunderstorms severe times. Temperature daytime will be around the 90-degree mark, at nighttime in the upper 70s. That's what's dropping your phone. Look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Mark.
Thank you, Godfrey. The BlackFood Bookstore and Culture Shop is in its 4th year, almost the 5th, focusing on community, history, and the enhancement and appreciation of the Black diaspora experience. Here to tell us more is one of the owners, Brother Alex Morley. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning, and Uhuru. Thank you very much for inviting me on Bahamas at Sunrise, and I want to say good morning to all of the people out there. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, and Uhuru to you as well, my brother. So the BlackFood Bookstore, I'm familiar with it. People who've driven along East Street, they should see it there on the corner of East Street and Robinson Road. Tell us about the store and what it's all about.
It's on the corner of East, as you said, it's on the corner of East Street and Robinson Road. It's a beautiful building called Exquisite Square. It's a dental office in front, and on the Robinson Road side, on the other side too, there's a laboratory, but on the Robinson Road side is a BlackFood Bookstore and Culture Shop, and it's a store that's operated by me and my wife. It's our dream. I guess it's all of the things that we had the opportunity to go off, you know, and be educated. And one of the things that we encountered was the African world, you know, the African conscious world. And we wanted to, not only the African conscious world, but also the other, I would say, political alternative world, you know, the socialist world. And we wanted to put that dream, the things that we had met off, you know, that we saw, we wanted to make that a reality, you know. And a bookstore, we wanted to have a bookstore to have all of the books that we read, you know, all of the books that I read when I was off in school, you know, Franz Fanon and all the people that I was introduced to in this African conscious world. And the same thing with my wife, you know. She wanted to bring that home and make sure that our people, not that they didn't know, because we always wanted to go off to school, you know what I mean? People been going off to school for years. But we wanted to make that dream into a reality of actually having a African-centered bookstore, culture shop in the Bahamas. And with the help of our family and our friends, we've been able to put that into existence and being operating on Robinson Road.
And I think it's such a blessing that you and your wife have come together to bring this idea to fruition, to reality. One of the things I love to do when I travel is go to bookstores, especially those that have writers from the diaspora that talk about the Black liberation struggle, talk about our illustrious legacy, talk about our future. So when I walk into the BlackFood Bookstore, I feel that, and I see the books there, and there's a lot more in there. I'll let you talk about what's in there, but the energy that's there, husband and wife team, business owners, I'm just thankful that you've done that. What is your guiding principle behind your store and what you do at the BlackFood Bookstore?
Well, I would say, you know, when you walk into the door, Marcus Garvey's slogan is right on top. You know, And my wife, it was my wife's idea to make sure that that was there. And, you know, with the assistance of friends and family, we were able to make sure that that slogan is there. But the slogan is Africa for the Africans at home and abroad, you know. And that's what we are part of, you know, being a part of a process of uniting African people. You know, that was the legacy of Marcus Garvey. And we feel that we are a continuation of that legacy. So all of this is an effort to bring African people together. You know, that's really what it's about, you know. And that's what a bookstore, we're selling African-centered information and clothes and jewelry and, yeah, anything that we could find, you know, all things African. That's the slogan of the store. But things African too are the things that are produced locally in the Bahamas, because we are African people, right? So yeah, we have products from local artisans as well, you know. So we just really it's about you know, validating that African consciousness within our people, and yeah, that's the guiding principle. You know, Africa for the Africans at home and abroad, breaking these boundaries. You know, our stores open up to everybody, not only Bahamians, but everybody, you know, and yeah, putting Africa first.
Yeah,
that's the guiding principle.
And serving as a space for the community, you host various events. You know, there's the movie nights, there's book signings and readings. I've been there when we've done a little fashion show in your store before.
For sure.
And it is a space when you meet people in the store, it automatically you feel connected to them. You mentioned a little bit about the books that are, and some of the writers, but just mention some of the books and writers that you feature, including some of the Bahamian.
You know, I read the book the night that I didn't know that Mr. Wayne Neely has been around on a couple of shows, and he's spoken about the book that he wrote about the 1929 hurricane. I didn't, the book has been around quite a while, but it's only recently that I sat down when I read the book and I was like, this is a good book. You know what I mean? People should read this book, you know? It's a book that gives you an idea about, yeah, just how the environment was and how Africans in the beginning of the 20th century, how we in the Bahamas would have related to the environment and how it would have helped us to, you know, understand life. But that's one of the books, Dr. Cleveland Aeneas's book, you know, about the history of the Bahamas around that same point in the beginning of the 20th century. That's a good book as well. There's a lot of poets, you know what I mean? There's a lot of poets in the Bahamas, you know. And I am just being really introduced to poetry, you know, and I've said this many times. I guess it's one of those things, one of those forms that you have to say it in this way, you know. And poetry is really, has helped me in the past couple of months. But anyway, we have a lot of local poets, Tanisha Pratt, Janelle Juné, Tanisha. But if I forgot the names, I do apologize. But we have a great list of maybe at least 10 local writers. Seriously, you know what I mean? Who are writing books on history. Anna Lewis, Kathleen Etienne. We have a lady who's writing like novels, you know what I mean? Like novels, you know what I mean? Like romantic novels.
Here, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of talent here.
And a lot to be featured. Before we go, I just wanted to just highlight quickly, what are some of the other products you have in your store, and just who should come to your store for an experience and to purchase some of your products there?
I think some of the other products, we do have jewelry and local, and we have jewelry from the continent, Africa, and we have jewelry crafts from local artisans, you know, so that's something that I want to highlight. And who all should come to the shop? Clothes too. Clothes, we have a lot, the shikis. I can't see somebody coming into the shop and not, you know, I always tell them try on something, you know what I mean? And when you try it on, I think you'll buy it. But who should come in? Everybody. Everybody, if you're interested in Africa, and trying to understand where, you know, where life itself began, you know, and how important Africa is to us as human beings, us as African people. That's the shop to come into.
You got to come and get your food, man. And they don't come in there looking for peas and rice and macaroni. Come for your brain food. The food is going to edify your soul. And you're going to connect back with the motherland and with the diaspora, home and abroad, as you had mentioned. And we'd like to thank you again, Brother Alex, for being here this morning.
Appreciate
the BlackFood Bookstore and Culture Shop on the corner of E Street and Robinson Road. Open when? Monday to Saturday?
Monday to Saturday.
Yeah.
No, sorry, Tuesday to Saturday.
Tuesday
we
to
closed
Saturday.
on Mondays.
All right,
Yeah, sorry.
No problem, man.
Yes.
We'll be there. I'll always pass through as you'll see me. And I encourage you all to go visit it and go get your food, man. Edify your soul. Appreciate you as always.
Appreciate
Thanks
you,
for coming on
man.
the show this morning.
Appreciate you. Thank you very much.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
One thing, two things, blue thing, old things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right into the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
Focall Holdings Limited is proud of its consistent growth and the financial success it continues to bring to many Bahamians who invest in the company. Focall is committed to ensuring optimal financial performance for its shareholders. Focall's leadership remains focused on superior customer service and operational excellence across all sectors. Focall, fueling growth for people.
Latia Duncombe, Director General of the Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, spoke about promoting Andros on a global scale at our recent Andros Business Outlook last week. Here's a portion of her presentation.
Good morning, and thank you, moderators. Less than a month ago, I had the privilege of virtually joining Mrs. Joan Aubrey and the Council's limited team for the Cat Island Business Outlook Conference. Once again, it is indeed a pleasure to be a part of these national discussions and join you for the 11th Annual Business Outlook Conference. Thank you, Joan Aubrey, for the invitation and creating a forum that allows for open national dialogue on important economic topics of interest in our communities. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited to share how we at the Bahamas Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation promote all 16 islands that are open for business, and today specifically the island of Andros. Let's take a moment and share some of the things it's known for. The blue hole capital of the world, the bonefish capital of the world, the highest concentration of blue holes, and abundance of bonefish facilitated by its sand flats. It is the nature-based tourism capital of the Bahamas. Andros has over 200 species of migrating regional and endemic birds, indigenous wildlife, and an immense array of medicinal plants. The mangroves, creeks, and wetlands are also features on the island of Andros. It is the largest island in the Bahamas and the 5th largest island in the Caribbean. It's home to the hemisphere's 2nd largest barrier reef, the largest protected land and sea national park system in the Western Atlantic Caribbean, and a large reservoir of the country's fresh water supply. While Andros has a fishing industry, including sponging, and an agricultural sector, tourism remains the leading means of income generation and foreign exchange earnings on the island. 40% of Androsians are directly employed in the tourism sector, with all households benefiting directly or indirectly from the tourism industry. Andros offers superb diving, fishing, birding, countless blue holes, and a mecca for adventure travelers and those seeking social distancing. And at the Ministry of Tourism, we are intent on showcasing the international travel marketplace, these diverse and unique characteristics of this pristine wonderland. For the first quarter of 2023, Andros received 4,396 visitors who stayed an average of 8 days. While most of these guests originated from the US, other guests came as far as Australia, the Middle East, and Africa. We achieve overall brand awareness through compelling series of advertisements across multiple platforms, including TV, digital, paid search, and social media. We have generated over 300 million forms of measured engagement with our multi-digital platforms throughout last year. In addition to generating brand awareness for each individual islands, our hotels are listed on our website, Bahamas.com, which sends traffic to our destination hotels' websites and booking engines. During this fiscal year, the Andros section of our website had over 73,000 page views, which resulted in some 25,000 stakeholder leads for Andros. Our global brand messaging includes content covering our culture, our people, and things to do in our 16 island destinations, attractions, and landmarks. There are thousands of digital images and island-specific campaigns. These target advertising initiatives direct potential travelers to our website, where they can explore detailed island overviews and plan their custom getaway. At the Ministry of Tourism, we recognize that Andros is rich in storytelling opportunities. We employ the power of content marketing to further engage our audience through captivating storytelling as we produce and present micro stories that delve into various aspects of Bahamian culture, verticals, must-see attractions, and renowned landmarks. I am pleased to report that our efforts have already captured the essence of most of our islands, including the beautiful island of Andros. We have developed 4 stories in Andros that highlight visitor experiences on the island, including bone fishing and learning about the fabric of the Bahamas, Androsia, and how it's made. Content stories are published across multiple platforms: YouTube, social media, and websites, just to name a few, with the main objective of increasing awareness of the featured island and offerings our multi-island destinations have to offer. Each month a story ran, the hotel leads for that island increased on average by 24%. Our PR coverage includes group and individual journalists and influencer press trips to allow first-hand experiences of what Andros has to offer. In 2022, there were 10 press trips across 9 islands with various visiting journalists from the UK, US, and Europe. Andros was amongst the 9 islands visited. Andros was featured in publications such as the Boston Globe and consumer publications including Elite Daily, Apartment Therapy, Travel Noir, and more. In the partnership with Homesick Candles and the Bahamas, Andros and Carilla Club were featured as the ultimate prize to encourage travel to your out-island haven. I'm pleased to report that in 2022, Andros received its share of recognition. Small Hope Bay Lodge was named Adventure Hotel of the Year by the 2022 Caribbean Travel Award, and Kamalami Hotel won 2 World Best Awards, taking the 7th slot in the top 10 hotels in the world and ranked as the #1 resort in the Bahamas, Bermuda, and the Caribbean. Moreover, as we are in celebration mode of our Golden Jubilee, we've utilized brand integration to ensure that our consumers are aware of our calendar of events and can celebrate with us and in the island of Andros all year long. Our 50th logo has been integrated for this momentous occasion, and many of our visitors are planning on visiting your island July and beyond. According to the 2021 Global Adventure Tourism Market Report, revenue forecasted by the year 2030 is estimated to reach US $1 trillion with a compound annual growth rate of 15% from 2022 to 2030. Adventure travelers are seeking adventures off the beaten path, adventures steeped in nature and culturally immersive. Andros is an ideal fit for this market. In fact, Andros has the opportunity to make most of the demand for tourism, specifically the international market demand for nature-based tourism and community-based tourism that focuses on eco-sports adventures, such as fly fishing and birding attractions, as well as local cultural heritage activities, including the All Andros Crab Fest and South Andros Homecoming. Sales targeted in these industries: 20 million in the bird-based visitors, 25 million sports and fly fishing, and 46 million collectively when we look at where these specific industries have been placed. In a matter of less than 2 short weeks, I will be present with you as we officially launch the Andros Community-Based Cluster Project. The Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, in collaboration with the Andros stakeholders, have implemented a community-based tourism project that will position Andros to tap into vast adventure travel market. The CBT Cluster Project is the first of its kind for the Bahamas. The 2-year initiative is designed to bring together community stakeholders to achieve economies of scale centered on cooperation, innovation, and advocacy, thereby gaining access to opportunities previously unavailable, including, among other things, access to larger and more sophisticated markets, trained human capital, joint development of resources and markets, and a position to successfully compete in global markets. The Andros CBT Cluster Project, therefore, is an effective approach to sustainable economic growth on the island. The cluster approach is available across multiple sectors of the economy and in all community districts. It is targeted to employ nearly 700 persons. The cluster comprises of 67 firms, entrepreneurs, and agencies that have agreed to work together to build the local economy of Andros through industry entrepreneurship and business leadership while sustaining the natural and cultural integrity of the island. Andros's key attractions offer untapped potential for sustained economic growth. Your island represents the new frontier. The Ministry of Tourism will continue to execute our marketing strategy that promotes the islands of the Bahamas through our brand visibility and drive digital demand to our website and, by extension, our stakeholder websites. I thank you for this opportunity to present to you and to be a part of your conference. I want to share that through our global sales missions and everything that we do to promote the destination, it creates awareness, It creates interest, it creates demand for our destination and the island of Andros. It's now up to you to ensure that the visitor experience is enriched. Every engagement is important. We promote the destination and we need you to deliver on the expectation. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Well, it has been another, I'm going to steal it, marvelous Monday on Bahamas at Sunrise. We have really talked about quite a bit as we are cruising off of our Father's Day momentum. How you feeling?
Feeling good. Looking forward to the rest of Father's Month. We've got a full week left, right? Of Father's Month. So
more than that.
Yeah,
Not
like
2 weeks.
let's call it 2 weeks, right? It can spill over into July. So, still continue to celebrate us fathers. Being a father is the best job I could have. It's not always easy. Your children, they look up to you, and they're also a reflection of you, right? And so be mindful what seeds you sow and how you guide your youth. You may not always get it right, but hey, once you are aware of it, I think you're on a good path. So encouragement to all the fathers out there. Enjoy the rest of your month. Daddies are nothing, man.
Go Father's Month.
Daddies are nothing. Daddies are nothing. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on Friday. Have a great week.